Hello and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. My name is Karen and today I'm going to read some tarot for the collective. So welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming and joining me. If this is your first time, just enjoy. This is just about doing an intuitive read. So it's not specific. If you want a personal read, that's something different, so you can get in touch with me. All the details are below. It would help greatly if you could subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of people are subscribed already, but it really helps if you can hit the subscribe button, just for future reference. Then you'll be kept notified of, I think, the notification bell you need to hit to be notified of the next video. So I tend to do a tarot reading. Welcome to all those who are regular viewers. It's always good to be here with your energy and to read for you. So basically, if you're listening, then this read is for you. I've grounded, I've opened up my energy, I've brought in my protection, and I've allowed guests to come in should they want to come in for any advice from the spirit world. And usually on a Tuesday I also do a channeled message, which would be after this video and a separate video. But you can look at the channel and you'll see lots of tarots there and lots of channeled videos as well. I work as a healer, I work as a channel, I work as a medium, I'm a tarot reader, I'm a Reiki master, and I also paint. I'm an artist as well as doing regular stuff. So, and if any of those things interest you, then get in touch. But as per usual, I usually like to just start off with a tarot. This is a mix, so this is not a classic read, this is just a general, picking some, so a card has dropped out already. Picking some cards for the week, and let's see how we go, what information we can get. Last week I did the read and I had much more a focus on what was happening in the world. There was a lot of problems. Oh my goodness, it's come up again. Okay, so I think this one wants to come up because it came up in a photo, so I'll put the rest of them back. Particularly Palestine and Israel. So if we can just take a moment to send peace from our hearts to that area, almost like a cloak of white and silk, and we watch this drop down over these areas and just imbuing everything in a calm, peaceful, high vibration to reduce the suffering. The suffering is there, we know it is there, we can see it. That area, those pieces of land are suffering at the moment. There's a lot of pain and there is a lot of destruction. And so we just send our good wishes and our blessings and our love and our peaceful hearts to that area, to those individuals. There's a lot of post-traumatic stress occurring in those areas, has been for years, but that's going to need a lot of healing energy around it as well. So thank you for connecting and just sending some peaceful vibes to them just now. So let's see, what does the tarot have to say? It's Tuesday the 17th of October. We've had the solar eclipse and we're now between the two eclipses. So there's a partial lunar eclipse coming up at the end of the month. So we are in very interesting energy. It can feel quite difficult. Okay. And there may be... you may be making up your mind on lots of different things, deciding things. Big life changes generally happen during the eclipse. So just to be aware of that as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with those. So the back of the card, back of the deck, which I tend to read as just underlying energy. Try not to sink down and slouch too much because then I'll be too low, right? But my chair is not bringing me higher. That should be okay, I think. So on the bottom we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords points to a period of rest, a need to meditate, a need to have healing, a need to get some sleep. You can see this person is lying down, so in repose. Important that you kind of learn to value rest time. We're all go, go, go. We're all doing. We've got a to-do list as long as our arm. But actually quiet, restful time is so important, because if your body can't carry you through the day, then you can't attend to any of your to-do list. So maintain balance by getting enough rest. It also points to like meditation, and when you're in that space of sitting, aware, awake, and creating space, then you receive downloads, then the information can come in. Prayer is an asking out, meditation is a receiving the answers. So often when you're in a meditation mode, you clear your mind of the chatter, and then you get the wisdom coming in. So that's what it's saying here as well. When you're in that quiet, even sometimes if you just take a moment just to stop everything and just look out the window and see where your mind runs. And then sometimes if you're not doing anything, stuff can unravel. You can get an idea, you can get inspired action. And you can see in the back we've got the heart as well. So it's very important for heart health, I would say, to maintain that calmness, to maintain that composure, to get rest, to do your meditation, to put the swords down, put the fighting down, in order to heal the heart. Because that is what we need to see, and we will only see it when we stop. We'll only see that internal heart when we stop. Sorry if you can hear kids in the background. It's out of school time, so they all come out and play outside. So so that's the underlying energy. I would say is rest is needed, and rest needs to be important. Take a nap, if you've got a chance. Even a 10-minute power nap. I was talking about that today with one of my friends over at the studio where we do yoga. And she was talking about 10-minute power naps in the car. Park up if you're tired, have a 10-minute nap, and then go on to the next thing. And then if you need another little sleep, she was doing personal training, and between clients, because she had to get up super, super early, and between clients she would take a 10-minute nap in the car and then do the next client. And then after that client, she would, because a lot of her work was in the parks and things like that, people would meet her there to do the workouts. And then she would just take a 10-minute power nap. So naps can be helpful. And if you're exhausted and overwhelmed and you've pushed yourself to the edge, and with all the emotional stuff that's going on right now, sometimes just take yourself to the bed and lie down. Even if you're not sleeping, just lie down for a second. And the world goes on around you, so it just allows you to stop. Take a breath. It reconnects you to your inner kind of the metronome, but you can stop. If you stop and you're lying down, you might feel your heartbeat. You might feel your muscles kind of moving. You might notice your breath. You might notice your body rising and falling with the breath. Even just a moment of that is really, really important. Okay, so let's get on with the read. So, first card that's come out is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a very charismatic character, usually a fire sign. So it can be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You see they've got the lines in the back here, so it might be a Leo energy. But generally it's that fiery sign, that creative, that passionate person. And he has got to a stage in life where he's an older man. So this is the king, it's not the page or the knight, this is the king. So established person, very creative, very charismatic, connect to the earth, grounded, comes up with great ideas, has this passion and enthusiasm that he can move forward with. A lot of yang energy, so creative energy, fiery energy. But also the natural world is strong with this one as well. So connected to nature, to the ground, to the trees, to forests, to the natural remedies, that type of thing. And he's lifting up his dress here, whatever you might want to call that, to show you that his foot is firmly on this cushion, and his foot is dressed in red. And it is showing that he is connected to the ground, showing that he very much is wanting to create on the earth, wanting to bring that creativity to make things happen on the earth, to manifest, to design or deliver some creative project. So there's some sort of creative project that's coming to fruition here for you, because it's the king, it's fruition, and it's something you've worked on. So, you know, there's passion and there's time and there's effort that's gone into this. He's wise. And very much just the fire energy, very much powerful in that a doer, gets things done, outwardly motion, sociable, likes being with people, good at interacting, good at communication. So this person may be coming into your life. And you've got the rams here, which I think is the Aries as well. So it could be that Aries energy too, so that drive forward, that powerful yang energy that runs through the Aries sign. We'll see what else comes up for him. 1 minute. So the next card is the one that we saw. If you remember, you probably don't, but the front screen for the photo for this video is of the, by the way, this is a gift I received from my goddaughter, so I just thought I'd wear that today. It's nice, pink and green, which is the heart energy, heart colours with the white, so it's a nice peaceful heart vibration scarf that I'm lucky enough to have. But this card was the one that was on the back of the pack, and I wondered when I took a photograph of me with this card if this card would actually come up, and here it is. So we've been stabbed in the back, we have been assaulted, we have been attacked, and you can bring this to the wider audience as well if you want to think about it in terms of what's going on right now. But this is a number 10, so it means it's the ending. It won't get any worse. It can't get any worse. This person has had enough. It's dejected. It is that energy of, I can't take any more. But there is no more to take, because he has had it all. It's, what's it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt kind of energy. And so this would point to someone who has had it tough, has had it rough, but it's kind of a positive card, because it means it won't get worse. It means you've put up with a lot. You've been possibly even stabbed in the back. You've probably had certain things said or done to you, and yes, a lot of it may have been behind your back as well. But it's hurtful because actually you're aware of it. You're more aware than everybody else realizes. You probably know. You've probably felt each of these wounds. And you're kind of thinking, I can't go on. But you can. You can go on. You can get up. It won't get any worse. You can pull these out of your back and move forward. So whatever it is you're feeling, if you're feeling this powerlessness, if you're feeling like, how could anyone take any more? If you're feeling like the pain, the suffering that has occurred is beyond what anyone, it's the maximum suffering. But know that that is the end of it. Tens are endings. It won't get any worse than this. Let's see what the next card is. Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is a walking away card. So you can see that this person is walking away from something, having to leave. Goodness me, this could be the same kind of energy as last week. Having to leave your home and the emotional draw that has. The tears, the gushing of the emotions, the waters, because the cups are about emotions and love. So you've got the waters here. So moving past the sea or the water, having to leave where you are, taking very little with you, and the emotional weight of that. 8 is a good number. 8 is a very powerful number, and 8 is a lucky number. So this points to like needing to leave something because there's no more life in it. The energy has dropped out of it. There's something missing. So you're having to leave because it's not right. So this points to someone moving on because the situation isn't a good situation. It's not, you're not feeling it anymore. You're not feeling this emotional connection anymore. There's something missing and you're in need to move away. And moving away isn't necessarily very easy to do. You can see this person is moving uphill, so it can be a bit of a struggle. You might feel like you're on your own. You might feel like it's something, and in a sense, you know, you are on your own on this journey. We have people all around us all of the time, but essentially each person is on their own personal crusade. So there's probably a lot that you're having to deal with, a lot that you're having to manage, a lot you're having to express or release the waters, release the tears, release what it is that you're not going to carry with you, and move, basically. And you can see that there's higher mountains here in the background, so it is again, no mountain high enough. What's that song? Anyway, so you can climb this mountain, but the mountain is a symbol of a challenge. So it is a bit of a personal challenge. So when you think of it, it's to do with this fire sign, it's to do with this fire energy, and maybe needing to ground this energy and use, if you want to create something in your life, if you want to make something happen, to use this fiery energy to push you. It could be anger, you know, holy anger, they say, you know, it's this burning desire because of the suffering, because of the pain. You can't tolerate it anymore. This is intolerable. This is just too much that's come at you, and you're just defeated. And it's saying, get up and walk away. Move, leave. Shed the emotions. You are moving to a better place because there's something missing here. There's something that's not here. And what's not here is the Page of Swords. So be aware of young energy. Be aware of an adventure. Be aware of stepping out into something new. Be aware of new ideas that come to you. So as you move away out of this energy, suddenly there's lots of different ideas. There's lots of different options. There's lots of scope for thinking about where I want to go, what I want to do. Draw down, and that's like the Four of Swords. So in that rest phase, in that quietness, find out what your adventure is. Find out what it is you want to do. This is ideas, person. This is adventures. This is the mind. This is communication. This is downloads. This is, you know, the page energy is young energy, so it's that vital young energy. And you've got the birds here flying high, so that's the spirit coming in. So the ideas and inspiration that you might be receiving, so pay attention to that. And it's allowing you to cut away the old so you can move into this new adventure. And what is this new adventure? It is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups points to happy families. It is moving from the 8, which we had was walking away from something, into the 10. So walking into this happy family situation. So you can see here we've got the children, we've got the parents, happy and playful. So they're playing with the hula hoop or whatever it is. They've got the home here. They've got the garden. The trees are full of growth. Everything is planted very nicely and looked after very nicely. So there is this maintenance, there is this solidity, there is this safety, there is this foundation. This is your classic family, one boy, one girl. So it's a really good base, and that's what you're moving into, that sense of family, that sense of having relationships within the family. And the cups are here 10. So we said 10 is the end. It doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get worse than this, but it doesn't get better than this. If you have 10 cups, that's all the love, all the gushing, all the emotion, deep emotional connection like you would have within the family bonds. And family doesn't have to be blood family. It can be friends and colleagues or acquaintances that actually have this bond with you. Soul groups, soul tribes can have this incredible deep emotional connection with each other because they're brought together to meet and to have these interactions, to have these group get-togethers, you might say. I'm having one on Sunday, the 22nd. We're doing an intro to kind of some spiritual work, with the hope that, if you want to continue and do some classes, we can do that as well. Excuse me. But it's just a little sort of intro into energy work, etc. And that can be your soul tribe that you're meeting, which something happens when you meet people who are like them, right? So when you meet people who are on the same sort of path, same wavelength, especially if it's a love vibration, especially if someone who's worked on their energy, worked on their heart energy, worked on their spiritual energy, work with that light energy, then you're drawing in this energy connection. So this is a very positive card. So I'm going to go to the goddesses now. We're getting through this quite quickly, which is nice. So there we have the goddesses card. And we're going to ask the goddesses for a little clarification on that. This doesn't have to be a long read today. Oh, okay. 2 dropped out. Maybe I'll take a third. But it just gives you a sense of the energy and what the energy wants you to know to help you as you go about your day. Okay? Oh. So the first one was, how do I say it? Nemitona. Okay. And that says, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Which is interesting. So this is a little bit like the spiritual awareness evening I'm going to be creating on Sunday. So there's a group getting together and we're going to have a little thing laid out in front of us, and we're going to do connection to the divine energy. So you can see candles here. She's dressed with her head covered. There's a Celtic cross of sorts here. So it's that sacred space, creating sacred space, and that's really important to do if you're doing any work. You don't have to. You can connect wherever you are, whatever you're doing, on the bus, on the tube, whatever. But there's something beautiful about the ritual of creating sacred space that adds to the flavor and adds to how people are able to shift into that deeper energy. And when you surround them with, you go to a lovely yoga studio and you have like the mats and the bolsters and the blankets and the bricks, and you've got nice designs on the walls and candlelight, and when you have all that serenity and someone walks in, it automatically helps them. It automatically reduces their cortisol. It automatically brings them to this sacred space where suddenly they're in and things are different. And then of course you come out of your yoga studio and you walk straight back outside where it's noisy and chaotic, etc. So it's knowing that you can create, and you can create sacred space at home. You can light a little incense. I've lit a candle today, so you can light a little candle. You can do lots of different things to create sacred space. So I'm going to read what that says. Okay. Your sacred space is within you now. So there we go. So you can create it all outside, but essentially it's going in here that you get the real guidance. So it says your sacred space is within you now. By creating an altar or visiting a sacred site, you connect with the symbols and energy that have been infused with meaning and prayer over the centuries. Don't take these symbols lightly, for they are powerful indeed. When you connect with sacred symbols, you help your inner sanctity find a home in the outer world. You also tap into the ancient wisdom and spiritual grace of the old ways. Explore spirituality through sacred symbols and sites. Allow your soul to joyfully meander among the various ways available to you to unite with the divine. It's not a matter of how you connect, but that you do so frequently. And that is it as well with spiritual work. I often say, you don't have to meditate for an hour, you don't have to meditate for like 5 hours, or you don't have to meditate even for 45 minutes. If you can close your eyes for 5 minutes, you can just take yourself to the bathroom, breathe, close your eyes, tune in, connect. That's the work. Okay? So it says build an altar in your home, take a spiritually orientated trip. You might need a quiet place of refuge, which marks with this one as well. Create a medicine circle or a labyrinth, walk the labyrinth. Clear the energy in your home with sage, prayer, toning, or invoking Archangel Michael. So I would do that quite a lot. I use the sage, I still use prayer, and invoking angels as well. Toning I haven't really done as of yet, but I would love to have some of those bowls or those even just the symbols that you can click together and they have this high vibrational sound, so you can use those types of things. Her name means sacred grove because she protected the ancient Celtic ceremonial sites. That's interesting as well, because I visited an ancient site, the stone circle in Raphoe, back home in Donegal when I was back there a few weeks back. So visiting sacred sites and feeling the energy of the sacred sites is important as well. She will continue to watch over sacred sites, especially those connected with nature. She'll help you build your own sacred space and will assist with the medicine wheel or the labyrinth ceremonies. So essentially, she's come in to say, whatever the work that you are doing to assist, to help, even to send prayers to places of need. It's very traditional in the Irish culture to light a candle for someone or something. So maybe you might just want to light a candle like I have done today. As for that to be the signal to the divine, the signal to the angels to bring that energy to help heal certain places. And essentially everywhere is sacred, but also there's that notification to find that sacred place within as well. The next one we have is Maeve. I know a lot of people have trouble with that if they're not Irish. They find the word hard to say. And it says, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And this can point to the Four of Swords again. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling that you just want to lie down for a moment, if you feel you want to take a break, honor that feeling, honor those sensations, because you have different levels of energy at different times. So pay attention to that. Okay. And she's working with water here, and you can see there's ice and there's also water, so she's like a magician, and she's almost like scrying as well, so looking to the future through the water. but she's dancing on the ice. And knowing that, so I think there's the thing with water, coming into the winter months, things freeze over, and in some countries the lakes completely freeze over. And that's how the truckers drive through certain areas, isn't it? The whole of the land freezes, and then they use that as their driveway. So there is, and then during the summer it wouldn't be the same. So it's, everything has a cycle, and particularly in nature, everything has a cycle. So you're moving with the seasons, you're moving with the cycles, you're moving with the colds and the heat, and the cold and the heat's like expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. So let's see what it says. So it says, all of life is cyclical, the moon, the stars, and the very universe. Life inhales, then exhales again. So why should you be surprised or upset that you too have cycles? There are times when you feel energized, awake, and alive. There are other times when you feel isolated and shy. Your body too goes through pronounced cycles and changes. Particularly if you're a woman, you will be aware of that. Your monthly cycle, but also moving from having a regular cycle to the menopause is a huge change for women, and it is a cycle that you are going through, and it has a whole different rhythm, and it is there's a lot that happens to women during this period in their life, and there needs to be much more support for women who are going through that. And I don't just mean medical support or hormonal support, actually spiritual support as well, and guidance, because it's about your womanhood, but also not defining your womanhood by your menstrual cycle. You are, even after you stop having menstrual cycles, you are a woman, and what that means to you in the next phase. So it says, your body too goes through pronounced cycles and changes. Celebrate these rhythms and embrace them as the essence of the lifeblood that courses through you. It's funny, it said lifeblood, and I'm connecting it to the menstruation. So just be aware that, you might be listening and you are going through these big changes, and they can stretch over quite a period of time. And so it's not just a flip of a switch and you're something else. There's a whole process, and it's a very challenging process. And there's a lot going on that nobody tells you about, nobody warns you about, and nobody prepares you for. And it's something you're supposed to just suck it up. But I think if you're able to make it sacred, if you're able to connect to the sacredness of it and use that transformation, use that as a tool to assist, it's a beautiful transformation. It's a great letting go, but it's also a great opening up to possibilities for a different phase. So it says, meanings of this card: female gynecological changes, starting menses or menopause, for example. So that's interesting that's where I went with that. Make time to rest. We've been told that already today. Initiate steps to alleviate depression or lethargy. So things like that can come in cycles and waves as well. So understanding the body, understanding the chemicals in the brain, understanding how you can increase, for example, dopamine, serotonin, those kinds of things naturally are important. And if you're tired, is it because you're exhausted and you need to rest? Or are you just disconnecting from the world because the world is uncomfortable and pretty awful right now? And is that making you shrink and shrivel? And, do you feel lethargic and like you have no energy? And how do you energize yourself? And knowing that comes in peaks and troughs as well. Seek support for dealing with emotional crises, which we've kind of got in the tarot as well. So there's this great letting go and this great emotional release as well. Allow yourself to grieve or take time off. So there's that tears, that letting go, that waters that were coming through. Know that this lull won't last forever. A doorway of opportunity has opened up and you need to walk through it now. And that's the thing with cycles. It's an ending, but in that ending, new opportunities will arrive. So you'll get this new sweeping energy coming in. And that's the door then that you walk through. So Maeve is a Celtic goddess who celebrates her femininity. Her sexual appetite is legendary, and she has been said to favour the kings as her lovers. So here we have a king. Legend says that Maeve invoked labour pains on an army seeking to invade her land, and that she demanded that the battle cease during her menstrual cycle. Imagine being that powerful. Not now, while I'm having a period. Wow. Call upon Maeve for relief from pain associated with the feminine cycles, including menstruation, labour and delivery, and menopause. So I am feeling that this is very connected to that midlife as well, that menopausal period, that change period, and that it's not like you're just losing everything. There's a whole new book to open and read and write, and this is going to get very interesting. The liberty, that word is coming, is liberty. And then we have the beautiful Mary Magdalene. Thank you, Mary Magdalene, who gives unconditional love. Isn't that just the most beautiful card? Love that card, love the colours. And she said, love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So the power of love to heal. The power of love is strong. And she's got a little candle there too. So what was I saying? Light a candle as a prayer. It shows your intention to send loving vibration. It calls on the divine. By lighting the candle, it calls on the divine to say, recognize this is emotion. A motion to direct energy for healing to places and people. And of course she's holding it at her heart. So this is heart energy. Let's see it's the next one. Brilliant. It says, I'm not what most people think, yet to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine, just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It is here where most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people, and rise above all appearances otherwise. So I think she's saying that a lot of the chaos, a lot of the destruction, a lot of the judgments people have on each other, particularly, in their cycles, in their femininity, a lot of that is low vibration. And we're moving into being in higher vibration, so less judgment, less condemning, support, love, care, correct attention, nurturing, nourishment, raising people up, bringing people up to a level, keeping them, I want to say high, I don't mean high, I mean higher vibration. So she's very much saying, let's not go down and have those silly conversations and gossip and bickering. I think when you're on the spiritual path, if that comes into your life, sometimes you just kind of go, I'm not getting involved. You could, but that does something to your energy, and it's almost like maybe you're the pillar that has to actually try and raise everyone else up. And so, whatever is thrown at you, whatever attacks, whatever judges, whatever things you've had to bear, she is saying, bring yourself to the higher. Work from the higher. Keep yourself in the higher vibration. That is the vibration you want to be working from. Okay. It says, don't worry what others think or say. Heal the situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. So, sending out love to anyone who has hurt me or misjudged me. I forgive you and I forgive me. It's so funny. Send love to those who have hurt you or misjudged you. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. And also forgive them. I'm putting that in. Release old unforgiveness towards others to help you heal yourself and move on. So that's it. So it is, like it says, unconditional love. So it's sending love and good vibrations out to anyone who has hurt you. Forgive them, for, as Jesus said, they know not what they do. And forgive yourself for things that you may have done that have hurt others. And allow any unforgiveness to be released so that you can heal. So often it is said forgiveness is for you, not the other person, but I think it energetically it works both ways. It's about clearing this debris. It's like decluttering. It's like you got to get rid of the shit to see the shiny home. And so I think it's part of that. I think it's saying bye to that, but also saying it from the higher aspect. It's not saying I'm not looking at that. It's not saying I'm all good and I did everything. Of course I've hurt people. Of course people have hurt me. That's life. That's human life. But it's saying I'm willing to forgive, forget, move on. And I also forgive myself for not forgiving myself and for not forgiving you for so long. So it's a real letting go, a real walking away from the pain, walking away from something that's just not got it anymore, that pulled on your emotions. And we've got the moon here as well, right? So it could be between now and the partial lunar eclipse. This is what's happening. You're carving, you're cutting away the old. So this new adventure can happen. So this new cycle of happiness can happen. And it can't happen if you're holding and bickering and gossiping about lower vibration stuff. It's important to recognize the need to raise the vibration. Okay? So although the Gospels never specifically call Mary Magdalene a prostitute or a sinner, she's been called one by misogynists. That's interesting, the Gospel didn't say that. Mary Magdalene nonetheless overlooks these false judgments and is unconditionally forgiving and has a beautifully sweet energy, powerful energy as well. Her significant role with Jesus as described in the Gospels includes her washing his feet, witnessing his death, and being one of the first people to whom he appeared after his resurrection. Controversies about other roles she may have played, including Christ's bride, and we believe that to be true, that she was his wife. A temple priestess, which she was a student of the Essenes. She had learned a lot about magic and mystery, you might say, and light. And a disciple, yes, absolutely. She was by his side and she walked the path with him. They were, you might say, twin flames on the path. Call on her for help with forgiveness and opening your heart to more love. So if the forgiveness is blocking the love, call on Mother Mary. I love Mother Mary. Mary Magdalene. Call on Mary Magdalene. Particularly with your femininity, particularly with the sort of the cycles and rhythms of your life, and particularly if you've come up against any accusations or any defamation, maybe due to the energy of Mary Magdalene as well. So I'm going to do a quick, 4444. Wow. I'm going to do a quick read from this deck. So it's a small little deck, and see if we can get one or two just to finish. I always think it's going to be a short read, and then it just goes on and on. So it doesn't feel like it's been going on and on. It feels like about 10 minutes to me. But the timer says different. Are we just going for one, or are we going for two? One or two? Give it another little shot. Oh, yeah, two. Okay. And these I don't know by heart either, so I'm going to have to read them. Oh my God, there's three. So there's two. That I don't know what they are, and one, the last one I know. So the first one is letter. So I like these, they're so simple and cute, aren't they? And they're tiny little cards. So it's letter, and that's 27, which is one of my numbers. I love 27. Okay, so this is saying news, a message, documents, or important information. So there's something in your life which is going to be written, which is going to be some sort of document or some sort of message coming in. Kind of symbolize an official document, like certificates, contracts, notices, reports, or announcements. It can refer to bureaucratic tasks, updates, calls, emails, conversations, that type of communication as well. Positive or negative depends on the surrounding cards, so we'll see what they are. It can, in your character, it can emphasize sort of a curious, active person. So the King of Wands would be an active person as well, open to communication. In relationships, it can be to do with a long distance relationship, or sort of virtual type love relationship, because you have this communication over many miles. So it comes in you've got mail, so it could be email or regular mail. In work, it might be related to transactions, contracts, business related paperwork. And it might be to do with medical information as well, like a medical prescriptions, test results, that type of thing. So it seems to be in the written word element, information of some kind, possibly contractual, or just messaging as well can come in. So you've got mail on that one. Oh. The next one is the ring, and you can probably guess what that one is about, right? So that's 25. So there's messages coming in from a loved one overseas. Let's see. Promise ring, dedication, union, marriage, responsibility. So the ring is primarily about strong relationships based on commitment. So this can be successful marriages, long-term partnerships. So it is following on from the 27, which could be a contract. So again, this could be a wedding, this could be a marriage, this could be a proposal. It indicates a necessity of responsibility and a serious approach to obligations and liabilities. It can bring a long-awaited conclusion to mutually desired treaties or other agreements. That will be interesting as well on the global scale. It shows a sociable person who can be trusted and relied upon, someone who attaches importance to social ties, is able to commit to a partnership. So again, the commitment, the contract, the signing of something. Can be a wedding, long, stable marriage, strong affections, deep sense of love, and possibly deepening feelings in a relationship as well. So it could be moving from, just having the messaging to something more serious. It can show a good contract in work, excellent partnership, teamwork, and a good joint venture outcome. When it's about well-being, it points to following a prescribed course of treatment. So if the letter was related to some medical information, then this is it to carry on through with that. Okay, but with these two together, I would say there's messages coming in, there's letters being written, there's heartfelt communication coming in, binding you to by the ring. So it's successful, long-term, stable. It's a real commitment. So signing on the dotted line, for me, it screams marriage. And then we have the fish. And I know this is a good card as well. And the flying fish. Who's seen flying fish? I mean, I've seen them on TV, but I don't think I've actually seen them in real life. So the fish is about finances. Fabulous. Welfare, rewards, abundance, generosity. It's a symbol of fulfilled hopes, success, completion of affairs or honours, and awards beyond expectation. Well, that's great. It's a positive card signalling excellent health combined with prosperity and domestic bliss. So again, with that positive relationship card. It means fate is smiling on you. Expect gifts, money, good trade, good deals, and successful projects. It's a self-confident person who knows their worth. They have active life, they like to travel, but they might not always complete projects. So that flightiness, perhaps. It can indicate in a relationship strong feelings for each other and excellent compatibility. So whoever this person is coming in, there's money coming in as well, there's success, there's good compatibility, and then that commitment. It's a magnificent development in business. Expect good investments and strong profits. And then with well-being, it says encourage rest and recreation near water. So again, get away to water if you can. Sacred space by water is really, really good. But these three are excellent. I am loving these three. So we've got these messages, we've got this information coming in, signing something, and it's to do with this commitment, do with this positivity, a solid relationship, compatibility, definite success in marriage or love. And then you've got the financial benefits, you've got the money coming in, stability, a win or abundance of some kind is coming in. So those three are really, really, really great. And I think we needed that because that was a little bit heavy and there's a lot that you're going through. But I think this just shows on the other side, there is positivity. On the other side, there is some sort of, and you could say on a global scale, there's documentation, there's something being discussed, there's some treaty being looked at, there's some information that is needing to be read, communicated, stamped, you might say. And that's, they're going to agree to that, this is the promise ring, this is the commitment to it. Everybody has to agree, everybody has to say yes to this and mean it. This is not something they can get out of because of this strong commitment. And then that brings in the abundance, the reliability, success. This is a very positive, abundant energy. So that's lovely. That's your reading for today as the planes fly overhead. We are so blessed and lucky to be in an area where they're not throwing bombs on us, where they are simply flying overhead, and it's not costing any of us here in this area a second thought. So my full love and healing energy to those who are in areas where there is great suffering. We are all thinking about you, and we are all sending love and prayers to you, and it causes us great emotional disturbance, but I'm sure you're going through much, much worse than we could ever imagine. But know that you are seen, and the world sees now, and hopefully something new can come together to bring you out of this. That's the reading for today. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.